Welcome to the HVM networking video series. This video series is broken out into two volumes, pre-installation and post-installation. This is volume 1, video 1, VLANs. In this video, we will be discussing the following topics. What is a VLAN? What are native VLANs and how do they work? What is VLAN trunking and how does it work? First, let's touch on VLANs. A VLAN, or Virtual Local Area Network, is a logically segmented virtual network that allows for separation of network traffic over the same physical infrastructure. This is done utilizing something called tags at the packet layer. When a VLAN-aware switch receives a packet with a specific tag on it, it knows to route the traffic to the network segment that matches that tag. Network segments can span multiple physical switches, which allows for that segmented communication across the physical layer while keeping broadcast traffic to a minimum. So now let's cover off tags. A VLAN tag is like a badge attached to a piece of data that tells the network, this data belongs to a specific group. Only deliver it to members of that group, even though all the data travels through the same physical wires. Now, when a packet is tagged by the device, the switch will allow it to pass, provided that VLAN tag is allowed through that port on the switch. Now, if a packet is not tagged on the way out of the device, when it reaches the switch or next device in the chain, the packet will be dropped since the switch does not know what to do with it. This is where native or default VLANs come in. Setting a native or default VLAN on a switch port tells the switch that if any traffic comes out of a device untagged, go ahead and tag it as that specific VLAN. Now, one thing to be aware of is that there can only be one native VLAN per switch port. You can send any VLAN tagged traffic to the switch port, and if the switch port is allowed to pass that VLAN traffic, it will. Now, there's one exception to that. You cannot tag any traffic with the default VLAN tag. If the switch sees traffic tagged with the default VLAN tag, it'll drop it, because the switch thinks it's the source of truth for that tag. Okay, now that we understand a bit about VLANs, let's talk about VLAN trunking. This is the methodology by which you can send multiple VLANs across a single switch port so that downstream devices are able to talk on the necessary network segments. In our example here, switch ports 1 and 2 are passing all traffic for VLANs 2, 3, and 4. Then the HVM hypervisor is using each of those VLANs for different purposes. VLAN 2 for management, VLAN 3 for storage, and VLAN 4 for VM traffic. Most modern switches allow for you to specify at the port level on the switch what VLANs are allowed to communicate across that port. This can be a single VLAN, all VLANs, or any specific subset of VLANs that you desire. In this video, we talked about the following topics. What's a VLAN? What are native VLANs and how do they work? And what is VLAN trunking and how does it work? Thanks for watching.